Hey everybody, welcome to this week's session. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys had a great week. Hope you have fun and watch us continue the story.
Current hair color white because of
It's
the
like
Yeah, that's what
half
I thought.
white and half red now, which is
yeah.
Oh my
Because
god,
you
we're
All right.
one anime
interesting.
character.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start off right where we left off, which is right after the battle.
Yep.
Um, you guys can be in roll 20 if you want to, or you don't have to. Up to you. We're gonna be using theater of the mind for once we move past this scene. But you guys are all in the not the common room, but in the dormitory where the party was going. What do you guys do as kind of these weird monstrous bodies are kind of thrown about? Students are kind of waking up. Professors are tending to some of the more severely injured students. What you guys are all kind of huddled up. So what are you guys up to?
What do I look like?
What do you look like? What do you mean? What do you look
Yeah,
like?
because like my hair changed. Like I have gold veins now. Is there anything else that's different? Or
Oh, um, yeah.
what does Atticus look like?
Normal.
I forgot I didn't. Did I not send you a picture?
Yeah, you did.
You
Oh.
put one picture in.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you look the same. It's just now your left arm has like these they look like veins, but they're not really. It kind of looks like a tattoo, but at the same time the light is sort of pulsating and moving. But you look the same, just with the little gold arm thingy majig.
Okay. Cool.
I just look at Klaus, just concerning of what happened.
Um, what? Sorry.
But he's just right now. James is still processing of what just happened in front of Klaus.
Because Klaus turned into an adult in front of
Yeah.
Vesper and
A
James.
6'8" adult.
Well, he's not in a. I mean,
Does he look like one?
how do I say it? It's not that he's an adult. It's more of just. So okay. How do I explain it? Typically, when you guys viewed Klaus, I think maybe Mimi was the only one that noticed that would have noticed it over the time in Rocky. But there were slight changes, physical changes that Klaus was unaware of every time Juno came through. What you guys are seeing is just a slightly accelerated form. It still looks like Klaus. He still looks like semi-childish. He's not a full-grown man, like an 18-year-old. Like, he didn't just skip time. He's just a gigantic 11-year-old who's now 6'8". And his facial features, now the blood is fully derived of him. Most of his humanity, or all of his humanity, is fully gone. So his angles are a bit more sharp, but this is still very much a 6'8", 11-year-old. It's not like he just went in the future or like somehow magically aged 7 years in front of you guys. He's just a hot-looking 11-year-old, if that makes sense. That sounded weird. I don't.
Yeah.
That
You're
was.
canceled. You're canceled. Ox. Packed
Yeah.
up. Ox packed up. This is recorded too.
Yeah, that
Leave,
was.
leave,
Damn.
just leave,
Packed
Ox,
up.
just
This
leave,
is-
That.
leave.
Yeah.
We got that
Good night,
word for
everybody.
word, Ox. What was that? Hot 11-year-old? Hello.
Good night.
I'd like
Good
to-
night,
I'd
good night, everybody. I hope you guys had fun.
God.
You're gonna get canceled on Twitter. Okay, wow, that's a turn for the worse.
I'd like to roll for insight on Klaus.
Oh,
I'd like to roll for insight on Ox. Like that was really sus of you there.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me
insight on why.
I like that. Like right after
Let-
I said it, he's
let
just
me
like,
let
"That
me
doesn't
investigate
sound-"
Ox's weird history.
Okay, everybody. What? Shut up, all of you. I don't know what's happening. Shut up. Yeah,
I got
cool.
you.
Yeah, somebody start this goddamn thing.
No, you.
I'll bring it back. Where was Sebastian last session? I was on autopilot. I'll bring it.
Sebastian. Okay, so if you're on roll 20, Sebastian's in the top right corner. I would say actually at this point, all of you guys are kind of standing around the centerpiece of the table. And that's where you guys are all at. You guys are all kind of just linked up, grouped up. Atticus, you're back alive after getting the shit kicked out of you.
Do they have full hit points or?
You are back. You're at 1 hit point. You're not fully healed up yet. You are definitely still very bloodied and being actively tended to. Go ahead, Sebastian.
Okay, cool. I'll just open up roll 20 real quick.
Yeah, if you want to get a visual of where you guys are, you can look at roll 20. We'll eventually shift over to theater of the mind once we can finish the scene.
Okay, so we just murdered 3 vampires?
Yes.
4?
4?
Yeah,
Four.
4.
Okay. So we know that teacher turned evil. Now there's evil vampires. Sebastian starts writing everything down. He's like, I gotta fill in a report for my sister.
Cool. You start jotting down notes. What are you sending it to anybody or?
Yeah, my sister, and also I don't see the squad around, so I'll send it to the A team as well. Oh no, Ben's up there.
Oh yeah, they're all here. They're you send a picture of of the monster to your sister. Roll me a actually no, I'll roll. Where's my little roly boys? I need my little roly boy. Alright, let's see here. You text your sister. What exactly do you say?
I'm just like, update, don't have to worry about just dark wizards. Hogwarts has a trio of crimes going on.
You send her the picture. She responds back immediately. Ew, what the fuck are those? Then responds back, let me do research. I have no ideas what those are. Let me bring it up to the magical creature department and see what they come back with. We'll update when I have information. And that's what she responds.
Okay. Yeah, Sebastian just puts his phone away and tells the group, like, my sister's on it. So, we have the law on our side. That's nice.
Ooh.
Should we tell, like, adults about this? No, right? We're just like,
Yeah, possibly. That's
Corner
probably.
now.
I mean, when I saved that Mimi's mom or whatever, they just yelled at me. So
But I did tell an adult. I told Professor Slughorn. He's over there. Professor Slughorn is still in the hall, right?
He has rushed out with Jayla.
Oh,
Taking her
That's
to
right,
the
yeah.
hospital wing.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. I did. I told Professor Slughorn. He went to the hospital wing with an injured student.
no. Okay. So I guess we leave one for investigation. Hey Ben, you want to dissect a body? Ben's into that sort of thing. Don't judge him. He's my mate.
That's not what I was wondering about. Okay. You do you, man.
Hey, we got to know about them somehow. Ben's gonna figure it out. All right. The other 3, I don't know. A rug.
Vampires are humans that are dead.
Oh,
That
that's
is literally
Well,
death.
Usually aren't as ugly looking. So
Okay. I have a whole book about mystical creatures and shit like that. I can just pull that shit
Sebastian
out.
just taps the body. Yeah, they usually I thought they're supposed to sparkle and things.
That's not. No. Does Klaus sparkle?
Yeah.
Does any of the other vampires in our school
Klaus
I
is
think
a
it's
sparkle?
over to
vampire?
Klaus to see
I
if
thought
he
he was a weird
sparkles.
guy.
I'm just gonna not anymore. And then Muse walks away.
Sorry, investigating evil wizards. You missed everything. Vampires are here?
Mimi shouts back at Sebastian. It's like, I'm also a werewolf, so like there's
What?
a lot more than you know.
What?
I don't believe you.
You don't just get what?
She was this whole time.
Yeah,
Sebastian
Atticus
pulls out his
can
phone,
vouch.
takes a picture.
Atticus can vouch.
Too late transfer schools? Question mark.
Yes.
I need everybody to make a perception check. If you make above an 18, I need you to then make me an insight check.
Does Klaus sparkle, Ox?
No, Klaus is not sparkle.
That's what I need to know, man.
Klaus is not sparkling.
Damn it.
This
What
is
the fuck,
this
bro?
is not Twilight, people.
Lunar,
Yeah.
like Sebastian got his like
He said
methodology
perception
books mixed up with
Klaus
Twilight.
is not
Oh.
fucking bedazzled.
What's
Holy
up?
fuck, Sean.
You said
What?
perception, right? Yeah.
What? A
Did you have a +6?
25?
Oh wait, hang on, hang
Holy
on.
shit, a +6 to perception?
I got a solid 8. Shit.
Damn.
I got a
Did
solid
something
crit
happen with the
fail.
bot? It's not letting me roll.
It should be fine.
You're trying to do the slash modifiers. Your slash modifiers might not be set up. Yeah, if you have to do slash create character or some shit and reset your modifiers.
Character setup. It's not letting me do the character setup.
Just
He's changed
you-
it to slash modifiers.
No, slash modifiers is not where you go to do character setup.
Hang on.
Yeah, it says the server's down when I do character setup.
You can just do a regular
Oh,
roll.
this is it for me.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I don't know why it took several times of retrying, but.
Uh,
let's see.
Scratch that. 4. So 19, 20, 22, 23. So remove the
Yeah,
plus 6. It's a plus 4.
23. Yeah, it's a
I
23.
got a nice crit fail.
Damn, you are blind as
Woo!
shit.
Good
I
job.
got
Yeah,
22, and on inside I rolled an 8.
Klaus got a 16. Oh, Klaus, sorry, I forgot. You didn't have to roll. My bad. 23 for James. We've got a 22 for
It's
Misty.
Inside.
Yeah,
Oh.
Misty and James, make me a insight check now.
I did. I rolled an 8.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. I'm looking for my insight. Oh my god. This is the actual plus 6 moment. 21.
Dear God.
Vesper notices nothing. James standing next to wait, where did Klaus go? Why is Klaus not on here?
no
He is.
idea. I haven't touched
Oh no, you are on there.
Yeah,
I
right
see
under
you.
me.
You forgot you changed my icon.
He's right underneath Atticus. Yeah. I didn't see that.
Hang on.
James.
I'm underneath Atticus.
Yeah. Do you guys not see this right here?
Means on the token.
I
though,
don't have roll
literally,
20 up, but the last time I checked, I was next to Vespa and Fiona. Helping
Yeah.
with
Who's
the
in
Vespa
between? You're in between Vesper, Fiona, and Atticus.
roll.
so
thought
Ves-
James that was next to me, not Atticus. Atticus is up next to Mimi.
No, Atticus is down by you guys are all in a group. Anywho. James, you are standing next to Rocky. And on both Vesper and James on your perception check, you guys spot Rocky glowering at Klaus. Eyes are in a near slit. Eyebrows are literally in the shape almost of the angry emoji face. You both see as Rocky's fangs begin to slowly extend from her upper lip and from her upper jaw and lower jaw, almost as if like a saber-toothed cat, but with all 4 canines. You see as the lower one slightly poke above her lower lips. You see as the upper ones slightly hang down more, that of like a very long-toothed cat. But you both see as she begins to snarl, or not snarl, but kind of glare at Klaus. Vesper, or you don't know what's going on. James, you spot as you kind of look, as you know, for whatever reason you notice this, you look at where she's looking at because you can see that her eyes are constantly fidgeting. And you're able to see that she is staring not only at Klaus, but directly at the body that's behind Atticus and in front of Kyle. And her eyes just keep flitting between the two of them as you hear her give a sharp as she inhales the air. And you see as she stands up straight, she looks at you, James, and says, when you find out, I'm not going to be the one to tell you, but when you find out, you can come and talk to me. And she turns and immediately Misty steps, well, the equivalent of Misty step, out of the room.
Wait, James, like, find out about what?
Oh, she's gone. She didn't even. She said what she said and turned and left.
I know.
Like,
It's just like.
Oh
like,
yeah,
it's-
as you're like saying, find out about what you like. You see as her image kind of like wisps into like mist as she like disappears.
Aw. That's an interesting thing now in my mind. I wonder where's Henry.
Klaus, I need you to actually. I'm not even gonna say anything. Klaus, you hear James say, "Where's Henry?" You know what happened to Henry. You know. After the fight, after what happened, after you fully turned, you know the creature behind Atticus and in front of Kyle is Henry. And you hear James just say out loud, I wonder where Henry is.
I was gonna have Sebastian be poking that box.
James.
You can be poking it if you want to. You can definitely.
Sebastian's like crouch down, bends with them, like fucking strange.
James. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
what's? Sorry for what, man? What's up?
As soon as James says what's up, Klaus points to the body.
I need
looks at
Mimi.
the-
I need
Oh,
Mimi. Really quick, as that happens, I need Mimi, Fiona. Actually, hold on. Never mind. Continue.
Ends in the middle of pulling his fangs.
Continue, Klaus and James.
I point at the body behind and go, I'm sorry.
James,
Yeah.
your response.
He was moving his character closer.
Oh, I didn't see that.
What are you? Are you saying? No, I don't. No. No.
Unfortunately, yes, due to my bloodlust.
Guy. James grabs his wand and he points at Klaus.
Mimi, Sebastian, Atticus, Vesper, and Fiona, you guys see as James brandishes his wand before Klaus gets the chance to react. James, what spell are you casting?
He casts Filipino.
Okay. Klaus, go ahead and make your saving throw.
Which is it?
Cast it
strength.
for me and roll 20. James, so I can take a look at it.
You got it, Captain.
And what levels are you casting it at?
Hang on. There we go. You got it?
Yep, I got it. It's a level 1 spell. You need to make a strength saving throw, Klaus. DC is going to be whatever James's DC is. Which I think it's a 13, right? Your spell save DC is a 13?
No, it's a 14.
14,
He
okay.
passed. All right,
I got
but he
like-
takes. Yeah, but he takes damage.
He only
half.
takes half. Yeah, he only takes half damage and will be knocked back 5 feet. So you
Yeah,
guys
let me-
see as James. Go ahead and roll your damage. You see as James whips his wand out. The five of you, as Klaus is hit with a concussive blast, and is knocked back 5 feet.
One.
Don't even take
Klaus.
damage.
Yeah, Klaus, you take one 80 points of damage. But yeah, you guys see as James openly attacks Klaus.
Yo,
No.
what
Hi.
was that for?
I deserve that.
You son of a fucker. I didn't save him the first time at the leg. Now I didn't save him at this goddamn fucking party. God. He's now angry right now, and he's leaving.
James openly storms out. Does anybody want to question what just happened? I mean, no one really said anything out loud of what was really going on. It was just a bunch of pointing and whispers, and then a spell and shouting. Do you guys want to pursue this?
I didn't whisper it.
Vesper will go over.
Oh, okay, never mind.
James.
Klaus didn't whisper it. You guys know Klaus just openly said that he turned. This is James or Henry, and it was his fault. He turned into this.
Vesper will still go after James to check up on him and make sure he's okay.
Cool. I'll say you're on your way to. He's already gone out the door, but you rush after him. Fiona follows. The rest of you that are there before we switch over to Vesper and James, so Mimi, Sebastian, Atticus, and Klaus, the 4 of you, what are you guys doing with this new information?
I was gonna say Sebastian.
Just starts absolutely scolding Klaus. She doesn't care that he might get upset at her. She's upset at him for not thinking twice.
Look, Mimi, it's not the fact that I wasn't thinking twice. I was in a
And what were
bloodlust.
you thinking? Why didn't you just go straight outside?
I
Push past
wasn't.
everybody.
That's the thing about bloodlust. I wasn't thinking.
Yeah, but couldn't you have
Where was
hunted
your
something
flask?
to curb it, you know? You could
My-
have hunted for something.
My flask was upstairs in the common room. I forgot to get it. I was actually on my way to get it when it took over. There was nothing I could do. And Henry happened to be the first person I came across.
You should have told one of us to like walk with you at least. At least me or freaking Rocky at least. She would have understood. She would have kept you. Kept you on course and not make you kill somebody.
As you guys are having a heated conversation with Klaus, you guys notice a small red paper bird flitter into the room behind Klaus's head, and it flies over and begins to flitter in front of you, Klaus. The letter opens up and is suspended in midair, and a voice echoes out through the room. 1 second, I just need to grab this.
Klaus is getting expelled.
I was gonna say all Sebastian does is he's in investigative mode, so he looks up at Klaus. He knows that's cool. It was an accident, but you're still a killer. You come by my friends, and I'll kill you myself.
You hear the voice ring out of Headmistress McGonagall. Klaus Juniper, please attend my office. There will be two individuals from the ministry waiting outside the room for you. I suggest you follow their instructions and come to my head office to speak. And the bird, the paper then folds back into a bird. It soars up in the air, catches fire, like a phoenix pretty much, and then burns down as ash begins to rain down on top of you, Klaus, and then disappears before landing on you. You guys see as the door bursts open, there are two hooded figures with onyx black masks over their face as they stand there, and one of them points to you, Klaus, and motions with his finger for you to come forward, and they turn around and give their back to you as they place their hands in front of them, waiting for you to follow.
Well, I can't argue with that. No, can I? So, if you don't see me, I've probably been expelled. Klaus turns in and follows them.
As you turn and follow, everyone but Klaus and a few of the other vampires in the room all feel a sudden bone rattling chill come across the room. You guys see as the punch bowls, the pumpkin juice bowls all begin to frost over and begin to ice up. You see as some of the flowers that are out, some of the gourds begin to shrivel and rot. As Klaus is halfway through the room, you see as a Dementor flies between the two guards up and over Klaus and stays about 10 feet behind Klaus as they are escorted out. The doors shut behind them as Klaus, you head up to the headmistress's office. James, Vesper, and Fiona, you guys are ordered to the side as you stand up against the wall as you watch this marching order of Klaus being guarded by two obviously high-end ministry officials and a Dementor. As a Dementor pass, both of you feel, or all three of you feel, as absolute joy is drained from your body. This is the first time I would say all of you have heard in the last well, technically your entire lives, that the ministry has deployed a Dementor. It's been well over about 6 to 8 years since a Dementor has been deployed. That leaves Mimi, Sebastian, Atticus in the banquet hall. What are the three of you doing after this escort team leaves?
Sebastian just looks at Mimi and goes, "Pick better friends," and leaves.
Well,
Damn.
I would pick better friends if people actually liked me when I first came. So don't
Sebastian
say
calls over his
shit
shoulder.
about my
Not my
friend.
problem.
Ooh.
Sebastian, you storm out of the room. Ben kind of looks at you, Mimi, and like winces like a little smile, and he goes, I'll try and talk to him. And Ben follows out shortly after you, Sebastian, and then the twins eventually follow out after Ben does. So that would leave Atticus and Mimi in the banquet hall together.
You know, I just didn't think he would be so careless. You know, I thought he'd have it under control better. Well, I guess not.
He changed since we got back from the forest on the full moon. Yeah, I've noticed it. I feel like Rocky's probably noticed it as well. To be honest, I don't know what to say about it. Other than I still trust him. That I understand what he did wasn't out of his own free will. I just don't think other people understand yet. I know why, because when I first started as a werewolf, I did not have any control over myself. So I understand, but he could have managed that better.
I just think he was a bit careless because he could have went out and, like, hunted a deer like before. But I think even before he struggled with it, you know. But yeah, I don't know. Looks like he's going to Azkaban.
As you guys continue discussion about what you've just witnessed, you see several teachers. Professor Flitwick comes in. Professor Slughorn returns. There is Professor Atticus. You see, excuse me, you see Professor Drakius enter the room as well, and Professor Pineneedle comes in. They all immediately rush to grab these bodies as Professor Pineneedle looks over at you, Atticus, and Mimi. And Mimi, you catch your dad mouthing. He's not saying it out loud, but he's mouthing, "Are you hurt?"
I just shake my head at him.
He nods, and he picks up what used to be Henry as he tries to pick him up. And you see he's having a little bit of difficulty, so he brandishes his wand out and casts Levi Corpsa, and begins to elevate the body. You guys see as Professor Drakius carries out the other two, as he is much larger and a lot muscular, and he carries out the other two bodies. Professor Slughorn stays back and says, "Right, children, if you've been injured, please let me know. Please come and see me. If not, make your way to your common rooms, and we will come and revisit you guys shortly, as the night is still young. We don't want to cramp the party style, but we do want to make sure that everybody is safe. So please, those of you that are still here, if you need medical assistance, come and see me. If not, please go towards your common rooms." What would Atticus and Mimi, what would you guys like to do? You guys can go to...
I'll need to get some medical attention, Mimi. I'll see you tomorrow.
Mimi doesn't really know what to do with herself at this moment. She's trying to figure out, like, how he does it, how Klaus forgot his flask with him, how he could have bettered himself for this. Just trying to figure out why and how.
Make me, before I have you go somewhere, make me a insight check. Yeah, make me an insight check. No, not insight. Make me just a straight wisdom. So do a d20 plus your wisdom modifier, to see if you can maybe try and piece some of the puzzle together on the timeline of when Klaus started acting strange up until now.
I'm rolling shit today. That's an 8.
An 8. Yeah, you guys have been through some stuff. It could have been anything from when maybe Rocky got first kidnapped, or the first time you guys went to the forest. You're not sure when, but you definitely know something changed with Klaus. I would say, where does Mimi go when she's like flustered or like trying to get clarity of mind? Like, where does she go to kind of center herself so she can think clearly?
Usually if she was at her house, she'd go to the pond nearby, so I guess the lake.
Okay. You bolt out to the lake. Atticus, you head over to Professor Slughorn. He checks your wounds and immediately is like, "Oh, this is important. Kyle, please escort Atticus to see Madame Pumphrey immediately." Kyle escorts you, Atticus, as you are still you're conscious, but barely. I mean, you're hanging on with 1 HP after being pretty much killed, or die. You were in the process of dying. You head up and get healed. We'll probably bounce back to you in a second as you are just getting a quick rest in as Madame Pomfrey's healing your body, your cuts and whatnot. Vesper and James, the two of you, as you see Klaus escorted by this Dementor and these two hooded and masked figures. As you see them walk by, James, you have noticed now that you've stopped to witness this. You see as Vesper and Fiona catch up behind you.
James is like, trying to not cry, but his tears are like pouring out right now.
Vesper, you see James absolutely just weeping.
Vesper goes up to James and she just says, "I'm sorry for what happened," and she just hugs him and lets him cry.
For the first time, James, in I would say a very long time, someone has, other than your mom, someone has shown you true kindness and compassion. In this hug, if you had any ill effects from casting previous dark magic, you are now back to pure of heart. As literally the magic of genuine love and care for somebody emanates from Vesper. James, you feel as though your body, like, you're healed up to max hit points. So if you weren't at max hit points, you're healed now. You begin to kind of sturdy yourself after you've kind of cried a bit. Fiona looks at you, James, and says, "I'm really sorry that, you know, what happened to Henry happened, especially after his rough start at the beginning of the year, but we're both, Vesper and I, are here for you, and if you at all need to talk about it, we can. And if you want to get revenge, I am also very fond of that." As you see, she brandishes her wand that then extends and turns into like this silver-esque rapier.
Fiona, I'm glad I'm on the same boat as you, but I don't want you to go to the same place that Dementor was. Like, all for getting revenge, but I think that Dementor has it handled.
You see as Vesper, you see as Fiona deactivates the spell, and she says, "Yeah, well, if you need us, James, I mean, we're here for you, buddy."
James is like calming down and says, "Yeah, I just, you know, I need to be alone right now. I'm gonna go to my to the Hufflepuff's common room."
As you say that, the group of you see as students begin to pour out. You guys see Sebastian, Ben, and the twins group up. They're heading towards you guys as well. The twins wave at you guys, and Jasmine says, "Hey, Professor Slughorn wants all of us to head back to the common room. James, you wanna head with us?"
Yeah.
Cool. You and the twins, they kind of put their arm around you as Sebastian has kind of filled them in on what actually happened and how all this happened. So you see as the twins kind of put their arm around you and like josh you back and forth. They're like telling jokes with you, trying to just like get your mind off of things. You guys head back up to the Hufflepuff common room, and you guys kind of just, I mean, it's they distract you as best as they can. You guys enjoy just like a ton of sweets and everything like that. They're like talking to you and everything. But eventually, you know, the night grows later, and you guys both bed down. That's gonna cut back over to Vesper and Sebastian and Fiona. Sebastian, you catch up with Vesper and Fiona as the twins and James head off. What do you guys want to do? You guys want to head back to the common room together? Do you guys want to sneak out? It looks like the professor's like, hey, let's shut down. We're gonna redo everything tomorrow. We're gonna do classes tomorrow, and then maybe have like another party or something to like make up for this one. But what do you guys? What do the three of you guys want to do?
Vesper's kind of upset, but so she lets Sebastian decide what to do.
Okay. Sebastian, Cap, what's your plan? Do you want to head back to the common room and bunker down for the night and just go to sleep and get to class tomorrow, or do you want to do any extracurricular activities outside of school hours?
You know, Sebastian hunkers down and goes to sleep with the notion that he was so busy focusing on like his Harry Potter-esque plans that he ignored that shit was going on under his own nose within the school.
So Vesper and Fiona and Sebastian, you guys head back to the common room to get to sleep. Sebastian, as those thoughts go through your head, roll me a leadership check. So that's gonna be a D20 plus your charisma, and I'm gonna say at this point you're proficient in it, so it'll be a D20 plus your charisma modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Proficiency is what again? 2?
Should be a +2, I think, for you guys. 6.
Solid 6.
Yeah, you're crushed. The fact that a student that, while you weren't friendly with Henry, I mean, over the course,
I watch again.
yeah, but not just that, but over the course of the months, like Henry's one of those guys where it's like he's fun to have around, but he's not really like he's more, yeah, he's like an NPC to be frank, but he's like everyone's favorite NPC like in the game. And so the fact that Henry's dead, and the fact that it was under your nose by somebody that you've, you know, been close to for several months in the school, I wouldn't say your ego, but it's more of like your pride is crushed. On that 6 for your leadership, you are not feeling very much like a leader. You feel like you've let several people down, and you are taking this extremely, even though you couldn't have stopped it really or could have done anything about it, Sebastian is taking this extremely personally, and you are absolutely just devastated tonight. You head to bed. Vesper, is there anything you'd like to do before you and Fiona shack up, or would you like to head to bed as well?
Vesper, like, after all that happened, isn't quite feeling safe when it's just 2 people, even if it is her and Fiona, because those things attacked an entire party. So she's gonna head back to the common room with Fiona and just hang out in the common area and eat some bread and just stare into the fire, thinking about like people dying today.
Yeah, Fiona, definitely, you kind of have that 1,000-yard stare look of like, oh shit, I actually saw people or things die. Like I'm 11, I saw people die, and you've just got that 1,000-yard stare. Fiona 100% understands. She gets a ton of bread freshly baked garlic knots, sourdough, just all the bread. And she kind of just sits there, just rubs your back as you guys kind of just stare into the crackling fireplace. We switch over to Mimi. You are off at the lake. You bolted before you were even told that, you guys were supposed to really head back to the common room. I mean, you already had the idea of you're out of there. You bolt and you go through the fields and you head over to the lake. You stand there as you walk along the shore, and there's the moon's extremely bright out. What is Mimi up to while she's out here?
Like how people skip stones? No, she's hucking giant ones into the water, not caring what's under the.
Go ahead, Mimi. You there? Guys, can you hear her?
No,
I can't. Did her Wi-Fi cut out?
She went silent.
I think she might have cut out.
yeah.
Hold on, let's let me tag her real quick.
You just
So
Iris, you cut out. You said something about hucking, and then it died.
computer just decided to restart itself, so I switched to my other one real quick.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
Wow.
Computer. Cool. Thank you.
I was saying I was just hucking rocks into the water, giant, as much as she could pick up, and not caring about what's underneath the water, what fish might get hurt. She's just hucking them.
You are grabbing pretty much dinner plate size stones and hurling them into the lake. Some of them skipping, some of them just immediately splashing, but most of them getting very far into the lake. As the water ripples, that insight check I had you roll earlier, what was that? That
8.
was an 18.
What?
The thing I had you guys roll yesterday.
divination spell,
The
right?
divination, yeah, that one.
I got an 18.
Yeah. On your 18, Mimi, as the water ripples, you see as the light begins to kind of bounce, and there's these images kind of twisting along the water. You're a bit too far away to really understand, but you can see movement, and it doesn't look like it's movement in the water. It's this illusory imagery that's but you can see it's different amongst the background of the water. Do you want to walk closer to the shore and take a look at it?
Yes, but carefully, because she knows what's kind of in that water.
Cool. You slinkly and slyly make your way down to the shore, ready to pounce away if any merfolk or random tentacles or crazy nonsense flies out of the lake. But as you get closer, you see the angle that you were looking at was distorting the image, and as you were able to get closer and look down at the water itself, you see a individual in Gryffindor robes. You can't see their face. They have neck to shoulder length long white hair. There is a taller individual standing next to this individual. This one is just it looks like a ball. It looks like a robe. So there's just a robe, but the body, the hands and the neck and head, is just pure light. And so you see these two individuals standing, and you see Klaus laying on the floor in front of them, glowing with golden light. It looks almost as if they are like casting a spell on him or something. It doesn't look like it's like hurting, because it just looks like it's glowing. Klaus is just glowing white. So you see that imagery, and then you hear a splash off in the distance, and as your head looks up to see what it was, and you look back down, the new ripples from that splash have gone back to just showing a reflection of the moon.
What does this mean? Mimi's, I'm just kind of confused, but like also like, okay, why is she seeing this right now? Because she's trying to like not think about Klaus and trying to calm herself.
Roll me, I guess you could, I'd say you could roll me an insight. Yeah, roll me an insight on yourself.
Oh, myself. That seems weird.
Yeah, look into your own mind and tell me what you see.
Oh, I gotta fucking open Doc Hub again.
You could just use, oh, you don't have roll 20.
Among Us.
Iris, you gotta get into the roll 20,
I
man.
have roll 20 on my this computer, but it doesn't show me my things.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
I know there's like 3 of them that have 4. That's how that's a 17 for you.
17. You remember reading in the book that Klaus was given. You've already read pretty much through it. You remember reading about a piece of magic in that book that was said to be able to change the undead back to what they used to be by bringing their soul together. And it was only mentioned like a handful of times throughout that entire like ancient fucking tome. And so you didn't really think much of it, but for some reason that memory, as you're like thinking like, why am I thinking about Klaus? I'm trying to like calm down. Like, why is this, like, what does this even mean? This makes no sense. As you have those emotions and that thought comes to you, you immediately flash back the image you just saw, and the image you just saw, and you can for some reason feel like those two are connected.
Okay. Weird, but okay. Maybe just kind of thinks about it, but it's kind of also putting it on the back burner at the moment, because like she's kind of all over the place. Like the things that happen, like her best friend's nowhere to be fucking seen. I don't even know where the
Rocky
fuck she
took
went.
off. Yeah, Rocky.
So
Rocky
she can't
did.
like console her best friend about this, and so like she don't know what the fuck she's doing. Her dad is doing school shit. She can't just. There's nobody to really for her to talk to at the moment. Atticus was her only other friend. And Klaus is somewhere.
You roll me a wisdom saving throw.
What?
Yeah, roll me a wisdom. As this like panic begins to set in,
An 8? Very bad.
as this panic begins to set in on that 8, you immediately suffer a panic attack. You are scrounging at anything. Your dad, you can't talk to your dad. You can't talk to Rocket. But holy shit, this is the first time you've really felt completely isolated, and you just continue to spiral and spiral. Roll me a d20. I'm gonna say the higher you want anything higher than a 8 is really good. Anything 7 or lower is really bad.
Oh no. That's a 2.
Oh no.
Yo, I'm just gonna pass out into the water. That's what's gonna happen right now.
Oh,
Um,
dead ass for real.
you begin to feel your heart race. The blood begins to drain from your face as you literally just begin to get dizzy standing still. Motion sickness sets in. You pass out right where you're standing. I'm gonna roll a little thing here. Slash roll. You fall unconscious. You slightly twist your ankle and take 4 points of force damage as you kind of like just collapse onto the rocks. That's gonna switch us over to Klaus, or actually Atticus first. Cause there's a little, yeah. Atticus, you are in the room with Madame Pomfrey. She's healing your wounds pretty quickly. And you are now fully healed up. So you can put yourself back at max hit points. You see as James Potter walks in and he says, Atticus, I was hoping to find you, well, not really hoping to find you here, but glad you're here, not somewhere else. He runs up and he says, Madam Pomfrey, is he okay to go? Does he need anything else? And she says, no, he's fine. He's actually, I was about to discharge him. She looks at you, Atticus, and says, I'm getting real worried that I'm seeing you here several times. Please try not to come back.
I mean, you know I'm a troublemaker. Smile, trying to, play off the tension.
She shies and shoos you out as you see she gives a little snickering smile as well, like a little cheeky smile. James walks up to you and says, "Right, good, thank you, Madam Pomfrey. I know if you want to go back to the common room and sleep, it's totally fine. Professor McGonagall wants to see you in her office now." I could tell her if you don't want to, you don't have to, but
did you want to talk to me about something?
no, that's what I wanted to talk to you about, was to tell you.
Okay, you
McGonagall
about me. You just giving me a message. Okay.
Oh no, I was concerned because I heard what happened, and when I ran to the common room, you weren't there, and I was like, oh shit, I hope he's not dead. And I ran to the Madame Pomfrey, and I was like, okay, cool, you're not dead, and so you're here. So yes, I'm glad you're alive, but also,
I'm really not sure. I actually may have died and then come back. I'm not really sure. I don't know. There was.
He looks perplexed, and he goes, What do you mean you may have died and came back?"
There was a being of light that I saw before I woke up. Like people say when they die they see a light. I saw that, and then I came back. Well, then he shows him his arm. Look, I don't know. I can't explain it.
You see as he looks down at your arm and says, I don't see anything, but are you this image that you had when you said you died, are you by any chance Muggle born, or is your mother or father Muggle?
Well, my father is of Muggle upbringing, although he does possess magical abilities. My mom is from a long line of wizards and witches.
Huh. Well, I don't know what to tell you there. As far as what do you see is on your eye? For me, you just have an arm. What do you see on your arm?
Does he not? Is the gold veins not clearly visible on his arm right now?
I mean, you can see it. It's clearly visible to you. James is saying he's not able to see it.
So Atticus is just tripping balls, basically.
Huh?
He's just tripping.
No,
Atticus-
because you know, Mimi, Vesper, everybody in your group saw the gold on your arms, but James cannot. So you know you're not freaking out. Other people have seen it, but it looks as though this interaction with somebody outside of your group, they are not able to see it.
Very curious. Very curious. Oh, I suppose you can't see it. I mean, my friends saw it. They can vouch for me, but I'm sure. But yeah, it's strange. I met some sort of deity, and then she brought me back. So I don't really know. I thought you might know something about it, but maybe not.
You look as James cocks his head and he goes, deities. That's no, I don't know anything. I could talk to the professor of magic history, but anyways, what would you like me to tell Headmistress McGonagall? Would you like to go and see her with her request, or would you want to meet another day so you can go and get rest tonight?
Yeah, I'll go see what she needs. Appreciate it, James. He walks towards
Cool.
McGonagall's office.
He nods, escorts you to McGonagall's office, and heads out. As he's turning around to walk away, he says, "Just wait here, or wait at the top of the stairs, outside the door, and she will let you in when she is done with speaking with the Minister of Magic." You head up the stairs. As you get up, you can hear lots of shouting, muffled voices coming from the other side of the great door. You were instructed to stand here and wait. We switch over to Klaus. You are in a very, very intense situation. Henry's parents have been notified and they are there. And they are screaming. The father is in a rage, being held back by one of the guards that escorted you. The mother is openly shrieking. You see as McGonagall is screaming at the Minister of Magic, Hermione Granger. You see as Kingsley Shacklebolt is there as well, trying to calm things down and allow cooler heads to prevail. There is chaos everywhere. I need you to make me a perception check.
Perception. Not 20.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm being deadly serious.
The Oxbox does not lie.
God fucking damn it. Okay, hold on. I gotta pull up my notes. Damn it.
Well, while you're pulling your notes up, I'm gonna pull my food out.
God damn it. Where's the information that I put in here? In case nat 20s were rolled. Yeah. Nope. Shoot. Where did freaking dude? Oh, John, what did you miss? Yeah, go ahead and put you can put a new picture in. That's fine. Ah, okay. Is Ghost back yet?
I took my headphones with us, so
Okay. On that nat 20 perception, amongst all the chaos that you are seeing, you spot hidden in the shadows, at the very back of Headmistress McGonagall's office, you see, Rosalind smiling, eyes piercing yellow. Just a misty, shapeless, black fog, hidden in the dark, but you see these piercing yellow eyes, almost like a Cheshire cat, as she then smiles. And you see as her fangs, begin to show. Unlike other vampires, every single tooth is a fang, as if she also has like a second row of teeth coming out of her gums as she smiles. Professor McGonagall turns and looks to you, Klaus, and says, okay, right, I need pure honesty here, Klaus. As several things were handed here, there were several witnesses, or not several, sorry, there were a couple of witnesses as you were walking through the castle that noticed you heading to the lower dungeons. One person heard a scream, and then a few people saw you walking back with blood, and then this incident happened later. Some of them said that they had seen Henry walking out of the same dungeons that you had left, and this weird half form that then morphed into what the students are saying was a creature that took off down the hallway. I need you to be honest with us, as we know and understand your current condition, but I need to make sure, was this a cause of your doing?
I lost control and Bloodlust took control. I had no control over what I was doing, and I attacked Henry.
You see as Henry's father, Ralph, lunges forward and screams as he's being held back, saying, you know, he demands justice, that he killed his son, he killed my boy. McGonagall puts her fingers to massage the bridge of her nose and her eye sockets. Hermione looks at you, Klaus, and says, was this an act of self-defense in any way, Klaus? Was it? I need you to. Okay.
Essentially, it was something out of my control. I was actually on my way to. I normally carry a flask containing animal blood, and I accidentally left it in the common room. I was on my way to go collect it when the bloodlust took control, and normally when bloodlust takes control, I attack the first thing or person that I see, and the first person I saw happened to be Henry. I didn't mean to do it, but when you can't control bloodlust, i- yeah, it happens. I know that sounds wrong when I say it happens. I am very sorry for it, but it's something out of my control when I used to lose bloodlust, control to the bloodlust.
You see as Miss Granger sighs and sits down and kind of slumps into the side chair. McGonagall looks up and says, okay, I think what needs to be done is for student safety and you know, to appease the parents for now, Klaus, you will stay here in my office for the evening until we can figure out a better way to stop this in the future and what repercussions are going to happen.
I can tell you now, Professor. I will no longer be having bloodlusts. I am in full control.
Roll me. Roll me persuasion.
Wait when I'm telling the truth.
Well, they don't know though.
Okay, fair enough. 21. It wasn't in that 20. Don't worry about that.
You are able to summon that book that Anastasia gave you. You show it to the Minister of Magic and the Headmistress. They are able to confirm the different sub-levels of vampiric species. So they're able to confirm it. However, you see as Ralph Hughes speaks up and says, so what, we're just going to send him back into a school full of kids and my kid's death means absolutely nothing? That's it? We're just gonna believe some silly fucking book?
Sir, I'll stop you there. I'm not expecting to get away with this scotch-free. I do expect a punishment from the Ministry of Magic and from the head mistress. And I gladly accept any punishment, but I do hope that I may, even if it's in a class separate away from other students, I do hope to continue learning here.
You see as Kingsley Shacklebolt takes Headmistress McGonagall aside and they begin to whisper. You hear McGonagall they say out loud, do you think it'll work? And Kingsley says, I've tried it on other vampiric colleagues and it seems to, for the most part, work. There are some bad side effects, but it's something that I could do that would guarantee that this would never happen, as well as serving as some kind of punishment. Headmistress McGonagall looks over and says to the parents, and to you, Klaus, what we can do is previous minister says he's able to alter the form of Klaus into a less threatening ability while permanently cutting off the venom by removing his fangs. And she looks at you, Klaus, and says, now, this is going to be a very severe punishment, and the only options that we have right now is, unfortunately, the Ministry of Magic takes you into custody, and you are tried and put on trial, and will receive a sentence, or the option is that we can make sure you physically cannot kill somebody in that form again.
I mean, you can try to see if it'll work, but at the moment, I don't know if it will.
You roll me perception. Atticus, roll me perception as well.
So you need to roll perception as well.
Yeah, so roll your perception.
Got it. 18.
Atticus, you, as you're waiting at the door, you're hearing muffled. Like, you catch every other, like, every couple of words here and there. You feel a chill on your spine. And you turn around and you see a Dementor standing, not really standing, but floating behind you. However, it's frozen in place. You see, as this quick, shadowy figure darts, almost like there's no physical body, it's just a shadow on the floor, but you can see as it darts with nobody casting it to the door. You see as the door opens and quietly closes behind it. As you see this shadow figure go up the door, you see a handle. It's the shape of a female figure. As she slides into the door and closes it behind her, Klaus, you immediately see as the yellow eyes begin to form, and you fully see Rosalind standing in the corner as time has stopped. You see as she's holding a gold necklace with an hourglass that is spinning rapidly. She walks forward and says, listen, kid, I don't have much time to sit here and babysit. Lilith has plans. Go along with their silly fucking plan of taking your fangs and cutting off your venom. They'll grow back in a couple of months. It's gonna hurt like hell, kid, but Lilith has plans for you here at this school. She also says, however, I am gonna have to take some of this power back from you.
Yeah, that's not happening, Rosalind.
You see as she smiles. Roll me a strength saving throw.
Dirty 20.
Damn, we've been rolling good today.
The only one that haven't rolled good was me second perception.
Alright, she has a +8 to this, so on a 13 or higher, she makes it. Wow! You see as she lunges forward, and you were able to easily sidestep her. You see as she snarls and turns around, and she looks at you and says, Klaus, listen. I really don't want to alert anybody that I'm here because I still need to do things around this school in the future. Now, I'm going to need you to cooperate with me or things are going to get bad very quickly.
Now, you see, Rosalind, I think someone already knows you're here.
Atticus, behind you, as you hear the voices stop, behind you, you can feel as the Dementor is slowly beginning to unfreeze, and is moving forward, completely ignoring you, but you are feeling like being this close to a Dementor, you've heard of the stories, you are absolutely just, like, you're covered in goosebumps, and terrified. You see as the Dementor gets to the door, puts a bony hand up against it, and begins to open the door. Do you want to follow in, or do you want to turn and run?
Is that actually like a status effect, or?
No. You're just scared.
Okay.
You're not under the fear
So I
thing.
have, like something for that.
I mean, in fairness, everyone's going to be scared of a Dementor.
Yeah,
Just
it's
present.
yeah. There's no like fear aspect to it where like you have to run away, because it's not necessarily focusing on you. You're close enough to it where it's like Atticus is scared, so if he wants to run, that makes sense. But you can also, I will still allow you to walk to or to follow it if you want to.
So okay, so he's at the door to McGonagall's office,
Mm-hmm.
and the Dementor is trying to go past me, or?
The Dementor's already passed you. The Dementor's going into the office. He's currently opening the door.
Okay.
Do you want to follow it, or do you want to run, and head back to your common room?
He's just gonna give it some space and just kind of, get maybe 10-20 feet back away from the door.
Okay, you head back towards the top of the staircase of the Hippogriff spiral staircasing. Klaus, make me another dexterity saving throw. You have to beat a
Dex or strength, because
strength. Sorry, strength. You have to beat a nat 20 plus 8.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Damn.
Yeah. You turn, Klaus, for just a split second as you feel chills go up your spine, which is an odd feeling for someone who's dead, technically dead. You take your eyes off of Rosalind for just a split second to turn your attention to make sure that the Dementor wasn't immediately aggressing towards you. And you see as Rosalind lunges, bites into your neck, bounces back, and casts a quick spell. You black out, time comes back. Atticus, you see as the Dementor now has like completely cleared the entrance. The door is still open, but is no longer in the entryway. Klaus, you collapse to the ground, unconscious. Everybody, Atticus, you hear a ton of people just automatically start to yell, to pull out their wands and to get ready. What do you want to do?
He's just gonna watch, see what happens. He's not gonna do anything yet until he gets a feel for what's going on exactly.
You head into the room and you see Klaus laying on the floor unconscious. However, Klaus is back to his normal size. He's not a gigantic, weird-ass looking monster anymore. He looks like a small child again. You see as he is a more grayish color than his pale skin used to be. You see as McGonagall immediately snaps her eyes up and spots you kind of peeking your head in and says, Atticus, if you can, please, come meet me tomorrow after your divinations class. I need to speak with you. It seems like we have more urgent matters at the moment. I'm so sorry, my dear, to waste your time, especially after what you've been through. Please go and get some rest and tell the house elves that to make you whatever you'd like, but please come see me tomorrow.
Okay. Just curious, what did you need to talk to me about?
It was about Professor Drakius, and I wanted to just ask a few questions. And so yeah, we'll speak on that tomorrow for sure, because that will be another meeting with most of the people that are in this room.
What happened to Klaus?
Not sure yet. And you see as she waves a wand, she says, "I will see you tomorrow, Atticus." As she waves her wand, and you are a gentle breeze that smells like cinnamon rolls kind of wafts in your face, and you kind of like get a little like dazed and take like a half step backwards, and then the breeze turns and closes the door. You head back to your what am I trying to say? Common room.
He's gonna go to the house elves and be like, make me a snack.
Damn, rude. Hey, house elves, make me a snack. Racist. Yeah, no, you head back to the
sort of way.
you head back to the Gryffindor common room, and like a handful of house elves pop up and begin taking your order. You guys eventually all fall asleep. Klaus, or Mimi, you eventually wake up. Actually, no, you don't. You stay outside.
I'm
Klaus.
just gonna get taken away by some creature thinking I'm dead.
Yeah, maybe, possibly. It's possible.
Please?
It's possible that something might happen.
Revisia.
I totally forgot you were outside on the lakeshore front. Or on the lakeshore, so
Yeah, Hagrid just be walking around and just fight me on the ground or something.
yeah. Klaus, you wake up. You are in your dormitory. First thing you notice instantly, you don't feel as heavy or as strong as you did what seems like now hours ago. It's probably like dead of night. You rush to a mirror. You are back to your normal self, not tall or anything. You are just normal Klaus. You still have the same facial features. You've just mainly lost your height and a severe amount of muscle mass. You still have that jagged feature where you're in between that, like, I mean, you still have the same image. You're just not tall or big anymore. But you also notice that your vampiric powers, like your dark vision's a little dimmer. Your senses, like certain things that you used to be able to hear, like you notice, like you don't really hear people's breathing as well. Like it's a little more of like whispered. So definitely feeling different. What'd you get on that that divination roll? I gotta check it.
I'm pretty sure I rolled low.
You're on 13. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, you end up going to bed.
If I do, while I'm looking in the mirror, I go, "Fucking Rosalind."
Oh, yeah. She fucked you up. She yoinked some shit.
You're young more than some.
Vesper and Sebastian, you guys have a undisturbed sleep. Atticus, you fill up on a late night snack and head to bed. On your 16, you get you have a strange dream. There's like these little, they look like goblins, but like more like more house elfish. They look friendlier, really. And they all seem to be following this taller individual down a corridor. And you notice that as this like parade of like tiny little goblin or house elves pass through this hallway, you're recognizing some of the doors, and you realize that you're watching somebody walk down the third floor forbidden corridor. And you see as one of the doors opens up, and that same onyx masked figure steps out of the room. And you notice as you kind of walk by, you're like having your visions like slightly above them, but you see as like the camera or whatever you want to call it pans a little bit to the left, and you see a completely black cabinet with ornate knobs in the center of this room, as the door is open, and you see all of this billowing black smoke coming out of it. The dream then ends there. We transition over to James. You are asleep as well. Exhausted from crying at the realization that Henry died very fucked up, very
Yeah.
brutal. You see as your nightmares begin to shift as the face of Henry and the creature from flashing over and over. You see as it begins to meld into this one individual that's standing there. And you see it begins to shape and form. And you see Henry. Normal, alive, full of color and life Henry. He looks at you and he says, "Hey, James. How's it going?"
James gives Henry a big hug.
You go to hug him and you stumble through, almost tripping as you go through his incorporeal body. And he goes, "Oh shoot, dude. I'm here, but also not really here. I'm kind of like this weird messenger thing. I have a really important message to tell you, dude."
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Hopefully I don't lose. I don't. And you see as like he begins to like flicker, and then he becomes solid. And he goes, "Okay, yeah, I don't have much time." Vesper is very important. There's a room. When Klaus turned me, it was like I was seeing memories from like this woman. I think people kept calling her Lilith. I don't really understand anything, but you were there. She said your name. She said Vesper. And then she said something about a prophecy hidden in a room guarded by mortal wizards. I don't know what any of that means, but I'm glad I was able to stop by and then as he tries to finish a sentence, a bright beam of light shines. Your eyes snap open, as you look up and nothing is in your room, except just your dormitory.
Man, it's like he feels sad, but he gets up or gets down in his bed and try to concentrate on the day, and he's like thinking, Vesper is important? There's a room with a mortal wizard? Huh. I, 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 man. he's gonna go use the restroom just to clean his face a little bit.
You go and splash water on your face, kind of freshen up, wipe away the sweat as you head back to bed. You guys all have a long rest. You get all of your spell slots back. You guys recover all of your hit points if you guys are missing any. If you guys had any negative magical effects on you, anything like that, you guys are all completely healed of everything. As the morning begins, it's kind of solemn around the castle. Most of the conversations are whispers. You guys all go to get breakfast. Klaus, people are actively avoiding you. It is very clear, Vesper and Sebastian, as you guys are in the Ravenclaw house. James and Atticus, you spot this as well as you guys all head into the Great Hall to get your breakfast. Klaus is parting waves of students as he walks through. You guys all head to after you get breakfast. You guys all sit down and get breakfast. I'm gonna say let's start with Sebastian, Vesper, and Klaus, because you guys are Ravenclaws and at the Ravenclaw table. Sebastian and Vesper, you guys I would say would be sitting closest together as Klaus, unless you guys want to go and sit with Klaus. Up to
Can I
you.
stop you there?
Oh yeah, what?
Klaus hasn't headed to the Great Hall.
Oh, are you gonna stay? Are you gonna stay in the common room?
No, he's heading to see Professor McGonagall.
Okay. So you're gonna head there. Okay. So Sebastian and Vesper, scratch that. You guys don't see Klaus at all. You guys head down to get breakfast before class starts. What do the two of you guys? What are you guys up to at the breakfast table? Ben and Jasmine, Ben and the twins are also there as well, because I mean they just sit. Everybody sits wherever they want to sit, really.
Yeah. I guess Sebastian sees if his sister hit him back yet. If she managed to do any research.
Nope, no word yet from Adebayo on the creatures or anything similar outside of Hogwarts.
Okay. Sebastian done just has small talk with his friends and eats breakfast. Tries to make the best of a bad day.
Cool. Like the atmosphere here, Vesper, you see as Sebastian is kind of solemnly eating along with Ben and the twins. They're kind of, everyone here is really on the hush and hush as the air holds heavy. What is Vesper up to?
Vesper, she's just casually eating and thinking, but she's thinking maybe potentially she could host a memorial for Henry. She knows a lot of students liked him just generally, and she thinks maybe a memorial will be a good idea.
Okay, I definitely want to do that. Plan it out. Let me know once you've finished planning it, and then we're gonna run that scene. Because I definitely, if you want to do that, that's awesome. Because I was gonna do one, but I much prefer you set one up because that's awesome RP. So yeah, let me know once you've got that done, and then we can run it. Mimi, you are fine through the night. You wake up though, still exactly where you passed out, just in the fucking ground, the sand at the lake. What does Mimi do as you wake up to the birds chirping and the bright sun?
Mimi looks around for a second and just kind of questioning what happened to herself, trying to remember a little bit.
Oh, excuse me. You remember, shit, do I remember? I remember you saw an image of a small figure with white shoulder length hair and a large figure made out of light.
Uniform.
Yeah. Casting this bright golden spell on Klaus. And then I think you passed out after that.
Had a panic attack.
Yeah, you had a panic attack, then passed out.
Yes. Mimi just kinda gets up and guess she walks to the Great Hall to figure out what else everybody's doing, cause she's just kinda doesn't even know anymore at the moment.
Yeah, you check your phone, realize it's like 9:30. You're like, oh fuck. You run to the hall. You see several students are eating. It's quiet. The atmosphere here is definitely staticky and thick. It's you walk in and immediately go, oh, this is not fun to be here. Like it's like people you could cut the dread with a physical knife if you really wanted to. You head in. You see Rocky is at the table. And she looks at you as you walk in, and she waves at you, and she says, "Hey, I didn't see you come to bed. Everything good?"
Not really, my guy. Kind of fucking passed out next to the lake.
What? Why were you at the what? Why were you at the lake?
Well, I kind of got mad at Klaus and got all heated on him, and then went to go calm down, and had a little panic attack at the lake and passed the fuck out.
As you say Klaus's name, roll me a perception check.
Oh, she's gonna fuck up people if people start because she knows what Klaus did, but like he's still her like best friend. That's a nice 17 for you. Hello?
Yeah, sorry, hold on.
Okay. I was making sure I didn't like just die for a second.
The second you say Klaus's name, you see Rocky's face grimace in a way of anger. You catch that for a split second, and she says, "Right, yeah, that's wow. I'm so sorry that you passed out. I should have been there. I had to go clear." I had to go clear my mind. Also, are you okay though? Do we need to go see your dad or Madame Pomfrey?
To be honest, I don't even know. I saw some weird thing in the water before I passed out, which I'm pretty sure is what made me pass out, because I was kind of freaking out.
A weird thing in the water?
Yeah, I was hucking rocks into the water, and one of the ripples showed like Klaus and like this short Gryffindor person. To be honest, that's all I really remember. But like, he was casting a spell at him.
You see as Rocky cocks her head and she says, "Huh, that kind of, my aunt used to have, not visions in water, but she used to have visions as well, and she had a very strong connection to divination." She goes, maybe, like, well, we should probably ask Professor Tronley once we get to class. I think class starts in like 30 minutes, but you should probably tell her, because that sounds something more divination-like.
Possibly. I don't really know. But I was there all night. Glad I wasn't like snatched up by some water creature or something from the forest.
You see as she hugs you and she goes, if anything snatched you up, trust me, I would have known and I would have absolutely destroyed it. There's nothing. You go. She's like, I'm not gonna let anything, even Klaus, hurt you. And she doesn't. You see, as she says that, but doesn't grasp the severity of what she's just said. As she says, she would never let anything, including Klaus, hurt you. As she gives you a hug, you guys hear essentially a bell echoing throughout the school, notifying you that class is ready. Rocky heads up and she goes, do you want to come with me, or do you want me to save you a seat?
I'm gonna come with you, but we need to have some girl talk later, like serious girl talk.
She smiles and she goes, oh my god, does this have to do something with Kyle?
No,
Oh,
to do with you.
me?
Yes.
You see, she goes, fuck class. What are you talking about?
What's gonna happen with you in class? What are you feeling?
Roll me another perception check. Or would it be insight? No, I think it'd be perception.
It doesn't matter. They're both fours. So like, if you decide to change,
Well,
your
it
mind-
matters based on
That's
the
a nice 21 for ya.
Okay, I'll let you pick.
Damn.
Do you want to do perception or insight? Perception is to visually see something. Insight is to pick up on a possible emotional connection to a visual cue.
Damn, I wish I could do both. I guess just perception.
You spot again as you say Klaus's name. Rocky grimaces. And she says, "Yeah, I don't. I'll be honest with you, Mimi. I don't know. I don't know." And she says, "Can we maybe not talk about it for just a little bit? I definitely want to try and unsee or at least understand what I saw last night before I try to unravel the whole Klaus thing."
Makes sense. But just to let you know, how I feel about it is that I understand what he did and he had no control over it. I'm still gonna be his friend. I just want you to know that.
Roll me a d20 and add your charisma and wisdom modifier, please.
I just put them together. That's another 21 for you.
Holy shit, dude! Okay, another 21.
Damn.
Another 21. You see as Rocky furrows her brows, as if she's really contemplating and trying to think on something, and she goes, "You've made a good point, something that I didn't take the time to really think of. I don't think I'm going to abandon him because I don't think I physically can because of the bond that's been made, but I'm gonna need him to do a lot of things to prove that he's truly remorseful for what he's done." Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I understand that.
Cool. And she looks at you and she looks down at the ground for a second and she goes, I don't want it to seem as though I don't want to be friends with Klaus. That wasn't what I was insinuating. It was more of just, how are you okay with it?
Rocky, there's a lot of things that you haven't learned about me and that I don't even know about myself. So I don't know what was going through his mind at that moment. I talked to him about it and he just seemed like he didn't want to talk about it at that moment. But still, people are people. If they're not full human or not, you can't do anything about it. You have to just let them be themselves. And I understand that might be hard for others, like our classmates that see him as the bad guy because he killed one of our classmates. But just know that, like, he didn't do it on his own free will.
You see as she closes her eyes and nods and says, all right, let's definitely talk more after class. And she, do you want to head off to class with her?
Yeah, gotta
You
hang
got-
with my bestie.
You guys head off. Sebastian, you head off to class as well. Atticus, you are at you're at the Great Hall as well. You kind of see some of your friends heading off to class. What does Atticus want to do? Do you want to just head to class as well, or do you want to chat with anybody?
Who's in the area?
There's a couple of older students left over. It looks like most of your class members, or the kids in your year are getting ready to head to divinations class. So there's a couple people still around. I don't even know all of their names at the moment. Alyssa's.
See Lily anywhere? Or
Yeah, Lily's at the end of the table, eating lunch. It doesn't look like she has class at the moment. Looks like she might just have or not lunch, breakfast. Looks like she might just have a free period after breakfast. So she's kind of just chilling with a group of older girls at the end of the table.
he goes over and sits next to her.
Cool. You sit down. She looks at you. She says, "Oh, hey, Atticus, what's up?"
Hey, you ready for Quidditch today? Practice?
She says, yeah, I probably will be sitting it out. I twisted my ankle, last night, but, so I might sit out, but yeah, are you ready?
Yeah, what happened? How'd you twist
She looks down, you see she blushes, and she says, I was, my friends and I, we were just having a pillow fight, and I jumped on my bed, and it like rolled a weird way.
Oh. Pillow fight, eh? Classic. I wonder what they'll do to, like, for the... They said they're gonna have, like, another dance, because, you know what happened, right?
You see, as her face kind of sombers a bit, and she says, "Oh yeah, yeah, that was. I mean, that's not the first time something that crazy has happened, but it's definitely the first time that it was weird creatures like that. Yeah, I don't know if if the faculty would probably try and throw another one, but I don't know if any. I've spoken to some people, and some of them said that they're not really planning on going, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't really feel like celebrating after, like, something like that happens, you know?
Yeah, the teachers, the professors will probably scrap it. They probably won't throw another one.
Yeah. Did you actually? Were you there when it happened, or were you pillow fighting?
She smiles and chuckles, so some of her friends laugh as well. You see, as she says that I was pillow fighting, while that whole thing happened.
It was probably for the best that you weren't there. It was pretty gruesome. I even threw out a couple spells, but I went down myself. One came up behind me and took a swipe at me. But Man Pomfrey has done amazing things, so I give her some credit for that.
She nods and agrees. You see as the rest of your classmates head out, she goes, you should probably get to class. Don't want Professor Trani giving you any kind of detention. Apparently all of her detentions are shining her dumb crystal balls.
Alright, stay off that ankle. I'll catch you later.
She smiles. As you get up, you see as as she smiles, she like pats you on the back. Roll me a insight check.
$16.
She definitely lingers her hand a bit too long each pat as you head out to class. Klaus, you head to McGonagall's office. You knock on the door. The door opens, and you see Headmistress McGonagall. You see the Minister of Magic, Hermione Granger, there. You see Kingsley Shacklebolt, and you also see Professor Drapius sitting in a chair as you enter the room. Professor McGonagall looks at you and says, Klaus, yes. What can I do for you?
I thought I should tell you this in person. So yesterday, with us being at the office in here, I'm guessing you couldn't see her. The reason why I dropped to the floor was because Rosalind was here.
You see as both Hermione and McGonagall raise an eyebrow and go, who's Rosalind and when were they where? And you see as before you can answer, Kingsley says, Rosalind is a alpha species of vampire that my daughter Adebayo has been tracking for some time, as she has begun amassing a army of these weird feral creatures that we saw here at school or on the school grounds. It seems as though, as he looks at you, Klaus, and he says, how do you have connection with Rosalind as a mere child?
Lilith is the one that turned me.
You see as now Professor Drapius perks up and he goes, ooh, hold on, I gotta make a roll for this. Oh, he might say something that he might slip up on.
The fuck? He's still here? What the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
Eh,
Without,
he-
I mean, he's
He was only on a suspension. It wasn't like he got fired.
Well, he's like back.
Oh.
doing?
He's not teaching. He's just in the office room or in McGonagall's head office. on an 84, you hear as Professor Drakius. The other people don't hear, or actually, yeah, the other individuals don't hear it. Klaus, you hear as Professor Drakius slips up and says, Master or Mistress Lilith granted you with power, in a questioning type form. As the other three adults do not hear this at all.
I knew something like this was going to happen. In an instant, Klaus darts forward, grabbing Drakios and going, want to say that more out loud so everyone else can hear it.
You grab Drakios. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, DC 18.
19.
God damn.
Damn it. You see as McGonagall, or not McGonagall, Hermione Granger casts out Petrificus Totalis. But the fact that you are now a full-fledged vampire, it seems as though you're able to muscle through this spell for some reason. As you grab Drakius, Kingsley says, okay, hold on, everybody, let's calm down. Klaus, step away from Professor Drakius. What did you say? What do you mean? To say it out loud?
Go on, Drakius. Repeat it. A little bit louder.
Drakius shrugs and he says, "I have no idea what this kid's saying."
At this point, I am gonna be intimidating him and saying, "Say it."
Okay, roll me intimidation at I'll say you can just do a flat roll. I'll do a flat roll.
18.
Dang it, now I actually have to roll for him.
Yeah, you do.
God damn it.
He shit his pants.
That's gonna be a charisma. He has a plus 10 on a 7 or lower. He fails. Of course. Of course, the 7 or lower. Oh my god.
Holy fuck.
You
Clearly
guys-
the dose wanted to happen.
You guys exhaust me. I hope you know that. I hope you guys know that you're the reason why I have gray hairs. God damn it.
Amen to that. I can't argue.
Rolling like champions.
Okay. I'll allow it. You have some grit in your voice. As Drakius says, again, compelled by the power that he sees, and he goes, yes, Mistress Lilith did indeed provide you with her venom directly. McGonagall, Headmistress McGonagall and ex-Minister of Magic and current Minister of Magic, as you guys are well aware of my past dealings within Klaus, you're gonna hear a word that Ghost knows, but Klaus has never heard of. Drakius says, as you guys know my past dealings in the Feywild with bringing magic to the Muggleborns, thus creating the ability for us to even expand the dying race of wizards witches and wizards as they are. I have come across several of these abominational Fey creatures, Lilith being one of the most interesting ones. Klaus, you see as the three other adults are seeming to understand and comprehend what's saying and not freaking out at the fact that he's saying this, but you also you've never heard of something called the Fey Wilds before. Or the Fey.
Do you mind enlightening me on what he's talking about?
Miss Granger looks at you and says, right, now, Klaus, what, she looks at Professor Drake and she goes, I'm glad you decided to divulge such confidential information, as Medeus, in front of a student here. Right. She looks at you and goes, I'm very sorry, Klaus. I can't allow this to get out. And she casts Obliviate. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw. DC is 18.
Oh no.
I'm gonna be so happy if I save this.
I hope. Well, it's gonna be a natural 20.
Nope.
Oh, no, never mind.
The
Um,
dice really wants it to fucking happen.
your mind goes blank for a second, Klaus. Literally elevator music plays. Your eyes glaze over, and as you come to, you're just standing there, and the last thing you remember, shit, what was the last thing I remember? Somebody help me. What happened? What was going on
I feel
before?
like if the Obliviate is specifically forget the Fey Wilds, the last thing he would
Yeah.
hear is Drakea say, as you know, about my expeditions, or with the sentence before that.
That's in fairness, the last thing I should remember is intimidating them into saying what he said.
Yeah, you come to, Klaus. So you come to, and the last thing you remember is, you saying Lilith. You don't remember the entire interaction after saying that the person that turned you was Lilith. As you snap back, and that's the last thing that you remember saying, you see as Kingsley picks up immediately after you saying that you were turned by Lilith. He says, yes, that is also a name that Adebayo has been tracking as well. While she's not been able to find any valuable information on this individual named Lilith, it seems she is a ancient magical creature that has lived for centuries, and possesses severe magical abilities. Klaus, what was it that you came in here for again?
The
As
fact
Kingsley
that-
looks at you.
The fact that Roswin is in these walls searching for something.
Ah, yes. If that's the case, if you truly saw her, McGonagall, I'm more inclined to believe Klaus on this. I believe we should have my daughter Adebayo come here with the team of oars, and along with the help of the staff, to amp up possible spells that allow others to spy upon those that they have known of or seen or have some type of item of possession.
If
Uh-huh.
possible, could I also speak to your daughter when she gets here?
Ooh.
I may have some information for her.
Not Sebastian. Dang it. Kingsley says, sure, I'll have, I'm sure Adebayo would love to visit her brother Sebastian. I'll have her stop and visit you wherever you may be later on today. McGonagall looks at you, Klaus, and says, right, well, if that is it, Klaus, please go ahead and attend your first class of the day, and we appreciate the information that you have provided us.
If possible, Professor, could I just stay in the library for today?
You see as she nods and she goes, yes, if that makes you feel comfortable, I understand why, and you can either stay in the library, or if you wish to be in your common room, you may do that as well. Or you can you can explore the class, not the class. You can explore the castle as well, Klaus. You're not just tied to the library or your common room, so you
I
could go
know
anywhere.
I know it's more the case of Klaus is just trying to avoid people.
Yeah, you could head to the library or the Ravenclaw library up in the common room. Up to you. But you head out. Where are you? Which place you gonna head to?
The normal library, I'm gonna sit in the far back, closer to the forbidden section.
Cool. You head over there. We swap to all of you. So Atticus, Mimi, Sebastian, and Vesper. You guys are in divination class. Professor Trelawney comes out and begins. The first, or James, 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 you are there as well.
Yeah.
Professor Trelawney begins to discuss about what are a portion of magic that is called dream prophecies, and these are visions seen while asleep, where your mind is closest to the veil of the undead. And so as she's discussing this, James, you immediately remember the dream that you had.
Oh, I had a dream once with Henry.
You hear all of you hear as the room quiets down, as James spurts out this statement. Professor Trelawney looks over and says, James, what do you mean? Like you had a dream with your friend? What do you mean by that?"
Well, what I was dreaming is that he was there, but as a ghost. But he says something interesting about some kind of. Can I relay the information to her, or should I?
No, you can relay the information.
All right, I relay the information towards uh, the Lilith. God dang it, Lilith, the some kind of mortal wizards, and apparently Vesper is very important.
Um, you see you all see as the crystal ball. I would say Vesper, Fiona, and James, you guys are all sitting on this bar. It's kind of like a bar stool. It's like a high tabletop. There's a crystal ball in front of you guys. It's no bigger than maybe a snow globe. You see as James is explaining this, Vesper, you and Fiona look down as James explains this to Professor Trelawney, and you see as the crystal ball begins to swirl, as this like black, gray, violent, stormy smoke begins to swirl in this ball. You see as the crystal ball cracks a little bit, and the smoke turns white. James, you hear the crack as well, and you look down and you see a image on, or not an image, but I don't want to say video, but like a video on repeat. You see Vesper and James, you see ghastly figures of yourselves as you see your faces warp by. You see a older man's face as it swirls by. You see a man with a black onyx mask on, and you see a individual with white hair, again wearing Gryffindor robes, and these flash images just begin to repeat as Professor Trelawney openly gasps and goes, "Oh." She looks at you, James, and goes, "My dear, Do you have any family members that are connected to the realm of divination?
Hmm. Do I know some?
Roll me I guess I would just say roll me like a raw wisdom check.
Okay, so. Oh boy, D20 plus how much? Oh, 6. Shit, that's gonna be interesting. Nope, that's an 8.
There was a Muggle woman that you remember, like, that your mom said that it was her mom's sister, so her aunt, which would be your great aunt, I believe, who was a
Yeah.
quote unquote fortune teller, but she was complete bullshit.
Well, yeah, I have an aunt, but she's kind of lying, and I think that my aunt's sister's cousin knows some, and my uncle brother's sister is
I'm gonna Harry Potter
what?
game.
Professor Trani, goes, okay, so no. Interesting. You, dear boy, seem to have the power to see the beyond. What happened? I'm so confused. What happened?
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Okay, yeah. Anyways,
Yeah. So you
wait.
guys, Vesper, you and James now see this little crystal orb.
Wait, so James raised his hand very politely. So I can read through the future or the beyond?
Professor Trani essentially explains that it's not something that a lot of people have control over. These kind of prophecies that are created, typically are just at random things, especially when it comes from beyond the veil of death. So it's not something that you would be able to control over. It's something that somehow is easier to be told through you than most other people.
Got it. Can I control it?
Yeah.
All right, got it.
Um,
James, like, oh, I gotta talk to my mom about this.
Mimi, not Mimi, sorry, Vesper, do you want to react in any way?
Vesper like thinks it's cool that James has some divination ability, but she's more preoccupied with the fact that she saw the man with the onyx mask in the vision that just appeared. And
Oh yeah.
she
Roll me insight on the old man too.
cool. I can do that if I can type. Check insight.
Oh man.
18.
Hey.
The old man
Hey.
bears a striking resemblance to your great grandfather.
God fucking damn it.
Yeah, so not only do you see the man with
Shut
the
your mouth.
onyx mask, you also see your great grandfather.
My great grandfather.
It's so fun to say. Great
Great.
grandfather.
Great.
I can't stop saying it, man. Why is it so fun to say?
It's
This is why
such a
I'm
fun word to say.
saying it every time. Great grandfather.
So you notice that as that goes on, Mimi, all of this commotion immediately sparks the memory of what happened to you. However, without you explaining it out loud, you turn to look at your crystal orb, as your thoughts begin to come back, you feel that panic attack begin to arise again. However, you see a swirling storm of light, almost like white clouds and sunshine exploding through the clouds, swirling around your crystal ball. Atticus, you are sitting there with Mimi and Rocky, and you see a the three of you see a small figure, maybe the height of somebody 13 or 14 years old, shoulder length white hair, again the Gryffindor robes, but you see their arm is held up, and you see a bright light is shining out of the end of their wand that's being held by that arm. And then you see it flashes to another image. You clearly see Klaus. Like it's without a doubt, you guys see Klaus suspended in air with this shining light around him. And then the next flash image that you see is Klaus on the ground with the light slowly pulsing. Oops. Hello? Yes, Atticus? Iris?
Still
Huh?
here, yeah.
Balls? No, I'm sorry. Yeah. I spaced the fuck out. I heard what you said about mine. I heard slightly what you said about Atticus's.
Oh no, you guys saw the same thing. So what you saw is what he saw.
Alright.
Yeah, we're all in the same room, right?
Well, you guys are at the same table. So you guys didn't see what Vesper and James saw, and they didn't see what you saw. You guys saw both things separate, but not. Yeah, you only saw what I described.
It was like an aberration of Klaus, I guess.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
somebody else.
Yeah, there's a mystery. It looks like this prophecy is made of a mystery person, and Klaus, and shining lights. Do you want to ask anybody for help to decipher it? Do you guys want to meet up as a group to try and decipher it? Like Professor Trelawney's kind of now walking around with other students. Just like some students are like forming prophecies as well. Not as many and not as serious. Like some of them are like, oh look, I'm gonna eat a cupcake on this day or some nonsense. But it's more of like you guys are kind of the main, your own main story here. If you guys want to get together and discuss what you guys are looking at.
Calls over the teacher, I guess, and asks about what she saw.
Are you talking about what you saw in the water?
No, and the ball, the crystal ball. 'Cause isn't it the same?
Oh, yeah. Professor Trelawney walks over and says, "Oh, there's a boy, interesting, and light, and then there's another boy. Oh, that's the boy that everyone's talking about. Interesting, and then the boy's glowing. I don't know what any of this means, but it has something to do with your friend, it seems."
Mimi does, she says, I also saw this in the water at the lake last night as well.
Oh. You've now seen the same image twice.
Yeah.
That, my dear, is what we call a repetitive omen. This white-haired figure is somebody that you know, and it seems that they are trying to communicate to you from somewhere in the future. I would, I guess, start with those closest to you, and see as they grow. But like I said, it seems like this white-haired figure either is going to come into your life, if not already exists there. Atticus, you hear this as well too, because you're at the table.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was somewhat confused by this apparition. I'm not sure what it means, and just kind of just seeing what other people think, what they're doing.
Well, you see Sebastian. Sebastian, you get a text back from Adebayo. Hey, Dad wants me on a case at your school. Gotta buff up security. Can't wait to hang out with you.
I'll send back a text. Great. I'm usually in class. Just text me when you get to the castle.
She said the thumbs up. She also says, I'll show you a old hiding spot of mine. Got loads to talk. Don't need ears listening. Just you and me.
Sebastian sends a thumbs up. Go to work.
Cool. What do you guys want to do while you guys are in this class? Do you have any questions for me as the DM? Like, what do your characters want to find out anything about these prophecies? I'm just gonna say you guys all group up as a group, so you guys are all together trying to figure out this stuff. What do you guys want to do? What are you guys thinking here?
I want to ask if anybody recognizes the person I saw, like the description I could give them. The white-haired guy, person.
Size of a 14-year-old, so I'd probably say maybe right around the 5'7", 5'8", or actually let me just double check here. I don't want to ruin anything, so give me a second.
You're looking at what? What do you want to know, Alex?
Oh, you can see this?
Yeah, I can see you looking at my character sheet.
Nah, never mind. I was just trying to look at all of your heights. I didn't know y'all could see.
We can
Either.
watch you do things. You forgot about that.
Oh shit.
I am still the shortest person. Like that's
Yeah.
been
Yeah,
a
what's
fact
everybody
since
what's
the-
everybody's height? I know Mimi or Klaus is
5'1".
or Mimi's 5'1".
I'm like 5 foot.
Well, I think I'm 4'8".
I am averaging around.
11,
11,
man.
bitch.
What are you talking about?
She's the average height for an 11-year-old girl.
Yeah.
James is 5'3".
Hashtag
also
was
fucking
5'1" when
tall.
she was 11.
Mimi, you I would say you don't recognize the individual because you've never seen the face. You've just seen the back of the head.
Well,
You
I'm
know
asking if anybody else recognizes them, because I tell them the description of the person.
no one else in the group recognizes this person. I was gonna say
Hair.
Yeah, they've got white hair. You guys have never met anybody with full white hair like this. They've got Gryffindor robes. But yeah, it's definitely not. None of you have met this person before at all.
Seems like a new person to me, Mimi.
Could I? Okay, that's not gonna make sense. Never mind.
Mm.
I was gonna be like, can I tell what age Klaus is? He's a fucking vampire. No, I can't.
Well, you know
Mm.
that the prophecy with Klaus, Klaus is still a kid. Again, he's not. It doesn't look like he will age to look like he's 18, but then he's gonna look 18 for like the rest of his life. But the image that you saw, he's still very much a child. Probably no more than a third or fourth year.
Okay, so it's not gonna be for a while. It could be possibly like somebody that shows up for like being a first year next year.
Okay. Question.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, it was just somebody else.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So Mimi just explained like her prophecy now, or it was
Yeah.
just
Mimi was explaining her prophecy. Rocky perks up really quick and says, Atticus, can you? This is gonna sound weird. Can you turn around for me and just like look the other way?
Why?
Yeah, doesn't Atticus have white hair now?
Well, she looks at Atticus streaked and she's like, well, you have this weird. First off, I don't know, that's new. You never had it. You didn't used to have a white streak. Second, the hair length and like cut looks so. Just turn around. Stop asking questions and turn around.
He turns around. Most
Uh,
of it.
You turn around. She goes, sweet, thank you. And she picks up the crystal ball and like kind of just looks back and forth and goes, now this could be a stretch. This really could be a stretch. And she kind of shows you, Mimi, and goes, if you look here, the back of this person's head kind of matches the description, or kind of matches the back of Atticus's current head. However, this head and hair is slightly bigger and longer, as this individual looks slightly older than Atticus currently is. You could say that there's a similarity or a similarity to it, but it's also, it could be a far-fetched stretch on it, and Rocky could just be grasping at something that might not be there as well.
He kind of
Okay.
mockingly looks at Rocky and it's like, I am the chosen one.
Atticus,
They-
shut up.
She,
Atticus, my man. You be quiet, please. This is very important.
she
Wait,
looks.
what are you going on about? I ain't no prophet or like savior. What are you talking about?
Atticus, you're gonna come back after summer and you're gonna have like dyed white hair. We're all gonna yell at you for
Yeah,
this.
and then we're just gonna say we told you so, like 100%.
I got no clue what the whole like divination thing is. Just it's not really my skill set, you know.
Atticus, do you play Among Us?
Oh my god. Like, okay, back to like reality. Shut up.
Snap back
What
to
even is
reality.
reality? I mean, what if we live in like a simulation, you know?
I'm not dealing with this right now.
Rocky smacks Atticus. just smacks him.
Thank you,
Uh,
Rocky.
Rocky just playfully slaps you in the face.
Woman, what are you doing?
She's like,
Whoa.
stop being a goofball. Just stop being.
Don't
a goofball.
call my best friend a woman like that. That was weird.
I'll call
okay.
it what I want.
Rocky hisses and flashes her face. She goes, "Call me woman again, and I'm gonna bite you."
Okay, bite me, woman.
Oh,
And he like
I'm just gonna
he gives
say
her a raspberry.
don't test her because you never know if you'll be turned into a vampire.
She lunges and bites Atticus in the shoulder.
oh shit.
Shit, what that for?
God.
Oh wait, hold
So
on,
they
wait.
we
suffer-
have enough vampire problems
Wait,
already.
wait, hold on.
Stop.
I have to roll the hit first. Hold on. No, she doesn't bite Atticus in the shoulder. He brushes her aside. She's playing around. She's not actually going to bite you. I mean, she would have for sure, but she wasn't gonna use her fangs. She's gonna kind of.
James was about to take out his one. I was like, oh, thank God.
For James, for your prophecy, Vesper and James, can you guys roll me a not Arcana? Shoot, what's it called? Is it History of Magic? Is that what's the Arcana version here? I think so.
No
Yeah.
I guess.
Roll me History of Magic.
Free magic? Cool.
I rolled a 15.
Who's all rolling?
I rolled a
Just Vesper
10.
and James. You guys see that the prophecy that you saw, the face of your granddaddy, the onyx face man. What was the other face that you saw?
I'm sorry, you
Uh,
didn't say the full name.
The grandfather.
Yes, yes. You have to say the full thing.
Great.
Okay, so it was him, the onyx mask man, and who else was it? Shoot, I'm forgetting somebody.
A white hair wearing Gryffindor? No.
Was it? God, I don't remember either. I only remember great granddaddy.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it's those two. I'll have to watch the recording again. But you guys notice that your prophecy seems to somewhat correlate with the other prophecy, as the tall individual. Oh, that's the other thing that you see, Mimi. You see the light being individual. Here, that same light being individual is also in the prophecy for Vesper and James. So that's the two connections. You guys hear the bell ring as class ends. You guys get to take your prophecies with you and go and head out. But as you guys disperse, Sebastian, you get a text from Adebayo. Just got here. Dad wants me to show you the ropes. Meet me at the Great Hall.
Sebastian doesn't even respond. It just says like red. And you hear, run, move out the way. God damn it.
Oh god.
You haul ass leaping over people, pushing people out of the way.
Sorry, miss.
You see Adebayo standing there. She smiles and kind of geeks out and runs up and gives you a hug. And then she kind of just punches you on the shoulder and she goes, "All right, you ready to actually learn some legit magic?"
Oh, we've been learning like baby magic. Also, how you been? How's the job? Have any friends? You dating anybody?
She raises an eyebrow. Dating? No, I don't got time for dating. Job's good. I've got a lot of it, so I've got a lot of stuff to talk to you about. You guys head around the castle. You see as she's directing auras into different areas to help beef up the spell defense of the castle. You guys head off down a certain corridor, and she says, "Right. So I have information. I'm tracking I heard what happened here at school. I'm tracking a pack of vampires that's being led by this person named Roslyn. It took me a while to get information on them, but from what you sent me, I've seen those things before, and it seems like they are some kind of weird creature. However, I've got also other strange news. I talked to Dad about it, and he said it was nothing and not to worry about it, which is also really weird because usually Dad always wants to figure out what my questions are. But I caught information that the increase in Muggle-born wizards and witches is coming from something called the Fey realm, and there are these beings or creatures that have been providing us magical powers and are now providing it to Muggles. Have you learned anything like that in school since you've been here, or have heard anything like that?
No, but like they I thought those were just like stories.
Yeah, Mom told us. I mean, Mom told us all the giant stories about how the Fae used to visit like her ancestors and how they were like these like creatures and fairies. I thought they were just bedtime stories and like wives' tales and things like that. But This is the first time I'm hearing it outside of what Mom has told us.
Yeah, like real beings capable of granting magic.
Yeah.
That's like unnatural. It's playing God, isn't it?
It doesn't make it makes no sense, because if they are providing us the power, how are we, what's to say they don't take it back, or to say, like, I don't,
They
it doesn't,
could take it away or give it to the wrong people.
exactly, yeah. I mean, well, we've seen, we didn't understand, as from what I understand, and from those that I know in the ministry, we have no explanation for the sudden surge over the last decade of full muggle-born witches and wizards. We don't understand it. The Minister of Magic has no idea either. But from what I've heard, as I've been following this pack of vampires that are also witches and wizards, I've heard inkling again of these fey creatures being the cause of that.
Like,
I just wanted to,
are they giving magic to the blood or the child itself? Are they blessing Muggle children? Pregnant women?
I have
Sebastian's
I'm-
even shattered. His worldview is like, how the fuck does this even work?
you guys you guys continue throughout the castle, going to different spots. As you guys are kind of explaining this, she also says, right, I also have information. Do you remember, did you write down the name of that dark wizard group that I mentioned? Because I forgot to write it down and I don't have my notes anywhere.
Yeah, I can pull up. I just gotta pull up my notes on the.
Okay, cool. As long as you know the name of them.
Ruins of Aether.
Oh, yes. Okay, cool. She mentions them again, and she says, I've found information. Now I don't know if this is true or not. I need to speak to Headmistress McGonagall on it. And I please don't go adventuring down there. But there is apparently, from what you told me, that mine shaft that's in the forest that you and your friends found that night that you told me about. Apparently that leads to a warehouse. Recently, there was a murder of a goblin by the Avada Kedavra curse. Upon inspection, we found that subterranean mine shaft leads to another tunnel that leads to another mine shaft that leads to that cave in the forest. So I just whatever you do, don't go there. And investigate yourself. I know you want to.
We've been having it planned out. I mapped out the plans. I know when they enter the pathway, when they use it, when the migrations occur. We've been training like mad. If you could teach me a few offensive spells, I'm sure we could go. We could at least bring it down so they can come to the school.
She sighs. She goes, always taking on bigger things than yourself. She looks at you. She says, "Listen, kiddo. These aren't training dummies at school. These are individuals capable of killing. We've already cleaned up bodies of goblins at that site before, and we've just had another one again." And people continue to say that they see a man with an onyx mask going in and out of that area each time this has happened. So whatever you do, I get it. You and your friends might have been training. You might have learned some more spells. I don't want to see you hurt. As she kind of puts her arm around you.
Only dead men and cowards lay over.
She smiles and she goes, yeah, I thought you might say something like that. I reached out to Mom and I asked for a favor, and you see as Adebayo pulls out a necklace. It's a stone fist holding the fist, like holding So in the palm, curled like as the fingers are curled around, you see a small red ruby, and she says, "This is." Mom said that this was a talisman. Essentially, if you, it's a talisman of protection from the giants. Essentially, what it does is it will increase your AC by 3 and increase your allies' AC by 2 as long as they are within 10 feet of you. And she goes, if you're gonna go there, take those that you trust, take those that can fight, and if you go, all I ask is you survive. You do everything you can to survive. I can't stop you from going, but I'm hoping you take my warning and don't try this. Don't go looking.
I won't. Sebastian winks. Like really badly, like really obvious.
She sighs and flicks you in the forehead as you guys go about your day. And you guys are kind of hanging out. The rest of you guys, as Sebastian is hanging with his sister, which we will get back to in just a moment. What are the rest of you guys are done with class? You are now in a state of free period. Is anybody grouping up? Are you guys staying together as a group? Are you guys splitting off? What do you guys want to do? And Klaus, class is over as well, so this also includes you. Go ahead, Vesper.
Vesper is gonna go finalize preparations for the memorial.
Cool. You head out to the Great Hall. Are you? I'm assuming James is going with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys,
James wants to.
the three of you, so Fiona will come as well. Head out to the Great Hall. You see several students have put together flowers, put together banners and posters, flags. It's themed in his favorite colors. So exactly however you guys have it set up, I'll let you describe it as if any other players decide to join in. We'll do that in a moment. But you guys get there. Preparations are going along very well. Fiona puts her hand on your back. James says, "Hey man, again, I just want to say, you know, it sucks. I can't say I'm sorry because I know it doesn't really mean much, but I mean it sucks, man." As she kind of just rubs your back a bit.
Yeah, I know. It sucks for Klaus though. I don't know. I don't know how to feel this right now about what happened. Should I be angry or should I be sympathetic? It's he's trying to correct what kind of emotion he's feeling right now.
Well, James, I think you have a right to be upset. And if you feel like you have it in you to forgive him, then I suggest you do so. But if you want to be angry, you have all the right to be. He killed your best friend. Like, there's nothing that requires you to forgive him, or at least feel not angry about it. But there's nothing in you. There's nothing that requires you to be angry as well. It's up to you how you're feeling, and if you need time to figure that out, you have a while too.
Yeah, that's true. Let me try to figure this out. But for now, we gotta fix a very important ceremony for this.
Yes, we do.
You guys get the ceremony put together. All of you get a text. So Atticus, Mimi, Klaus, and Sebastian. Mimi, Klaus, Sebastian. Have I seen anybody? Sebastian. No. You four get a text from Fiona saying that Henry is going to have a service or a ceremony everybody. It's kind of like not an individual text. It's kind of like it looks like it's a blast to like everybody on like the school board or something. Let's start with Atticus. Would you prefer to go and do something else, or would you like to go to the to Henry's ceremony?
Hmm. He'd like to talk to them first. Kind of see what's going on.
Talk to who?
His friends that are organizing the ceremony.
So do you want to head? Well, you just got a text saying the ceremony's. You just got a text saying the ceremony's ready now. So I mean, do you want to go to the ceremony, or
They were gonna like do things to prepare for it, or they're just having it just right now?
oh, they've already prepared for it. They've already gotten everything put together. So like within that time frame of them discussing in that RP, they got everything put together. So you just got a text message saying that Henry's service is beginning now. For those of you guys, if you want to come to start heading over, if not, then you don't have to. So do you want to head to the service, or or is there something else that Atticus would like to do?
Yeah, he'll go to that.
Cool. Mimi, what about you?
She'll go, but like she wasn't really close with Henry, so she kind of feel like a little out of place, to be honest.
Cool. No worries. Klaus?
Klaus ain't going.
Okay.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
Mimi, Vesper, can you describe to Atticus, Mimi, oh, Sebastian, you get a text as well. Sorry. Do you go? Okay. Adebayo looks down and she goes, oh, hey, are you heading out?
Yeah, there's a memorial for the kid that died yesterday.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'll finish this up. I'll come find you before I head out. Vesper, go ahead and describe to Mimi, Atticus, and Sebastian what the memorial looks like.
So, Vesper and Fiona worked hard on the memorial to make things remembering, like to make it easy to remember Henry in a beautiful setting. They decided to hold it by the Great Lake so that the sun could shine on the waters and shine on everyone, and they could be in the sun and remember Henry's life. If you walk up to the lake, you see an archway of blue flowers. There's all kinds: forget-me-nots, hydrangeas, violas, cornflowers, delphinium, and many more. You walk through the arch and you see petals of blue flowers, like blue flower petals, falling down. They're basically covering the ground. There are many seats laid out, and there's a snack table off to the side with plenty of tissues. There is a podium decorated with even more blue flowers, and Henry's friends are up there waiting to give speeches about Henry's life. And if you look to the lake, there is an entire raft made of even more blue flowers. And there's a photo of Henry and some candles and just bits and pieces that people have left that reminded them of Henry on the raft. And that's what you see.
That legitimately, I'm crying right now.
That was beautiful. As you guys walk into this gorgeous memorial, you guys are all, I mean, there's like a lot of students that are there. a couple of students go up and give their speeches, and then would James, does any of you guys, so James, Mimi, Atticus, Vesper, or Sebastian, do any of you guys want to say anything?
Vesper didn't know Henry that well, and she feels like setting up this memorial is like the best thing she could do because she doesn't know him well enough to give a speech.
Cool. Yeah, I feel like that would be the same for everybody. I mean, other than James. James, is there anything that you, I mean, you don't have to give a speech, but would you like to, or kind of just have?
You know, might as well. I feel like in character, I think James would do it since that's his first friend he ever met.
Cool. You walk up to the podium. Do you want to RP the speech, or do you just want to say you do the speech?
I'll just do the speech. Or-
Okay. You give a speech, stating the first couple of times you've met Henry, kind of going through what happened at the lake, and how it's poetic that you guys are back here as well. After your speech, everybody claps and kind of comes up to you. Go ahead.
He's just like as soon as he finished the speech, he's gonna do a cantrip of the light spell, Luminous Nox, just for like, you know.
You point your wand to the sky and cast Lumos. Several other students do the same. You guys are leaving you guys can either stay or leave the memorial if you want to. Klaus, you are in the library. I need you to make me a perception check.
Yeah. $17.
You spot an all too familiar misty figure morph into the corner of the room. As you turn to look, she says, "Hey kid, how you feeling?" As you see Rosalind standing in the corner.
How do you think I'm fucking feeling, Rosalind? You've taken practically all my power.
Ooh, yeah. Sorry, Lilith gave the command and said you did a big no-no by creating your silly little girlfriend over there, and well, I said we should kill her, but Lilith has a soft spot for you, so she asked me to take something a little more personal than your life. I hope you understand. If anything, you should be thanking me that you're still alive. Well, kind of alive.
At that point, Klaus rages, jumps out of the chair and darts at her.
Go ahead and make me athletics. You need to beat a 1 second. She has a plus 12 to athletics. You need to beat a 28.
Oh my god.
Plus
Nah.
12. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is not a
Yeah.
student or a child. This is a full-grown deific being.
I would need not 20 and I think that.
Yeah. You dart, and as you get to where her location is, she's already misty stepped to another location, still being in a partial corporeal / incorporeal form. And she goes, "Kid, listen, I'm not here for the pleasantries of fighting you. If I was, believe me, I would dispose of you quickly. There's rumors that Lilith has heard. There's a prophecy that somebody is working for, and you see as she stops, you see as her yellow eyes widen, turn blue a little bit, and dart around, and she goes, "Good, nobody's here. There's somebody that who's been touched by a member of the Archfey, and Lilith has a little test for you to see if you're worth the trouble she keeps putting up. She needs you to keep an eye out for anybody who may be showing innate abilities with magic, and in return for information, she doesn't kill your little plaything.
Again, in a fit of rage, Klaus pulls out his wand and casts Petrificus Totalis.
She snaps into her corporeal form, whips out this jagged wand, and immediately pulls up a shield. And your spell, is it an attack spell or is it a saving throw? Cast it for me real quick.
It's a attack spell that on a hit, the target is knocked prone and paralyzed.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack spell for me really quick. I mean, she's still gonna cast this Protego spell, but go ahead and see how much you would hit for.
So that's a +5.
Oh, yeah, she immediately shuts your spell down as she whips her spell, or as she whips and counter spells. You see as the spell reflects back and hits you. You lock up.
I cast Protego to block that spell rebound.
Okay, the spell just you negate the spell altogether. As she goes, you're a pretty decent magic caster there, Klaus. Okay, listen, I'll stop being mean about the girl. Listen, Lilith is giving you a chance here. You've already fucked up a ton. Are you going to fall in line and listen for once, or are you still going to be rebellious?
What makes you think I want to follow Lilith at all?
I mean, she did give you this gift, but other than that, I would say,
I've already told your partner that it's not a gift, it's a curse.
Well, this curse kept your girlfriend alive now, didn't it?
My response exactly.
I don't even know what that said. It was so muffled.
Klaus goes, it might have kept her alive, but might have not even happened in the first place if Lilith can charm her.
You see as Rosalind shrugs and she goes, we wanted to see. Oh, she shrugs and she goes, oh, you think Lilith did that? You see she chuckles, funny. No, I was that wasn't Lilith at all. That was my idea. I wanted to see what would happen, and boy oh boy, you did not displease.
At this point, Klaus is red with rage and casts Defidio, which allows a portion in a 5-foot cube where I can manipulate stone or earth, and I bring the ceiling down on her.
Is there a saving throw that she has to do? Or is it an attack spell? Cast it for me so I can see it in roll 20.
I had close roll 20 because it was being funny for us, but I can bring it back up. Hang on.
Oh, nuggies. Oh man, I can't wait till we get into like some more Archfey lore.
I literally like taking notes. I wrote down all the notes just in case of any important things.
Hell yeah. Every
Yeah.
time Ox says Misty Step, I keep thinking he's talking about me.
Yeah.
I just saw that.
Listen, I've been thinking it the entire session, and it's been bothering me because I'm like, oh, is it my turn to be like role playing? Or no, he's talking about
Oh
like
shit!
the other.
All right, I'm gonna call it Cloudy Step. It's a Foggy Step.
Thank you.
That makes perfect sense.
That's canon. That's the new spell. It's called Foggy Step. That's what it'll be referred to from now on.
It's called.
Klaus, what's the defend? Oh, there we go. Choose a movement. Alternatively, so it doesn't cause any damage. You just make difficult terrain.
Yeah, but I'm making it fall from the ceiling. Like I'm bringing the ceiling down on her.
All right, in that case it's gonna be a dexterity saving throw. What's your dexterity or what's your spell saving throw?
13.
Okay, so she needs to beat a 13. On dex, she's very dexteriosis. Shit,
Yeah,
that's
natural.
not what-
She's gonna get a natural 20.
That's not what I wanted to do either. My fingers aren't working right now. Modifier.
Somebody cast Whip with TV.
Yeah, on a
Oh,
29.
yeah.
She dodges out of the way. You know what? She's had enough. She not only dodges out of the way. She, in the blink of an eye, Klaus, you pull the ceiling down as brick and stone fall. By the time you look up and look back to where she is, she's gone. She is behind you, grabs your neck. Go ahead and make me a strength saving throw. DC is 25.
I have to get a nat. then.
He's gonna get a natural 20.
Go ahead and get that at 20. Yeah. She slams you into the ground, pinning you to the floor as her fingernails dig into the brick ground, locking you down to the floor like a bike lock to your neck. And she goes, "Kid, I'm telling you, things aren't going to work out the way you think they are if you keep rebelling. Listen, you're alive for now, and Rocky's alive for now. You want to keep it that way? You satisfy what Lilith wants. If you want the girl dead, I could do that now if I wanted to. But we're trying to give you a chance here."
You see, you think that it's not gonna go the way I want it to, but I'm just keeping you busy. I know someone's coming. And they've been looking for you as well.
Okay, as the DM, I'm confused. Who's coming?
I already told fucking Sebastian's father to tell his sister to meet me at the library, yes?
Oh, shit.
You forgot, didn't you?
Oh, fuck. And you know what? Who comes turning into the corner? As you see Adebayo walk in, she kind of just looks around. She was told by her dad that she was going to meet some pale-looking kid. So she walks in and spots the two of you at the back end of the corridor of the library. She goes, "Oh, is one of you Klaus?"
Klaus raises his hand. Yeah, I'm Klaus, and this is Rosalind.
All right, oh fuck, I wasn't ready for that. Okay, hold on. Panic mode.
Yeah, the typical curveball.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Nope. I don't know why that did that. Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, how many dex checks you gonna make?
Um.
Holy fuck.
Oh my god.
As you where at this point, really quick, where would, as the ceremony has ended, Mimi, Atticus, and Sebastian and James and Vesper, as the ceremony would have ended, where do you guys think you would have spread out to, or would you guys have grouped up, or where would you guys have gone to for the remainder of your free period for the day? Where would you guys go to? Let's start with Mimi. Where would you go?
I think maybe we'll probably just chill in her common room with Rocky.
Yes, you and Rocky head to the Slytherin common room. Atticus, where would you head to?
Probably.
Remember, Professor McGonagall still wanted to see you today after class. Do you still want to head up and go see her?
Yeah. What time is it?
It's probably, class just ended, so this one's an early class, so it's probably about 11 a.m.
Okay. Yeah. Does he walk past the library on the way?
The library, yes, the library on the way to Headmaster McGonagall's house. Office. You are walking past the Great Hall, and you're also walking past the library.
Does he notice any commotion as he passes the library?
We'll get to that in a second. I just need to know where you're heading. Sebastian, where would you be going? Actually, I would say Adebayo would have texted you saying, "Hey, Dad wanted me to meet up with one of your friends?" ? Some dude named Klaus ? Meet me at the library. No idea who I'm talking to.
Just text all caps. That monster is not my friend. And go sprinting for the library. No, get out the fucking library!
Okay, you start heading there. Vesper, where are you off to?
She and Fiona are cleaning up the last of the memorial because they were the ones that set it up. They need to be the ones to take it down, and then they're gonna head to the Ravenclaw common room.
Cool. You guys begin to take everything down, and then eventually we'll head over to the Ravenclaw room. James, what are you up to?
James James is gonna go. He's gonna look at the lake, and he's just gonna say, "Thank you, Henry. Hope you have a good life." And decide he's gonna go walk. I want to say going back to the common room in Hufflepuff.
Okay. Make me a perception check at advantage as you're staring at the lake. And then begin to turn around.
Baby. Okay, perception. Oh, I know what it is. It's a plus. Okay, that's a 21. A good start. Plus 4. And that's 21. Both of them.
As you turn around and you start walking back to the common room, you look down on the ground after walking a little bit along the shore, and you see this very small, maybe marble-sized blue pebble that catches your eye, and you immediately pick it up as it's a reminder of Henry. You guys used to skip. I mean, you guys originally were down here to skip rocks, and it's like a super smooth rock, and you kind of just pick it up and pocket it. And head back to the common room. Atticus and Sebastian, you guys eventually meet at the library at the same time. By the time you get to the library, people are running and screaming. There are spells clattering everywhere. Books are exploding. You can hear wood splintering. The two of you round the corner. You both immediately, I mean, Atticus, you've never seen Adebayo before, so you don't really, this doesn't really hold much sentiment. But you guys both see this. Sebastian, you see Klaus at the up against the iron fence of the restricted section, as he's kind of like squeezing himself like to kind of be out of the way. You see a completely destroyed library. Your sister is furiously in a magical like death match fight with this weird figure that keeps going corporeal and incorporeal, almost like turning into like cloud or mist, and then back into a full body apparition. You see as your sister turns to look at you and yells, Sebastian, run. The creature looks over at you, looks back at Adebayo, looks at you, Klaus, smiles, gives a little wave and says, I'll see you soon. And she blinks out, disappears, and that's where we will end tonight's session. Whoop, whoop. Hey guys, well then, I hope you guys enjoyed the introduction to my version of Harry Potter and shit. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you all for stopping by, and I will see you guys next week. Bye. Actually, not next week. Maybe next week. We'll see. I don't know. Hit the follow and the bell. We'll see what happens. Bye.